is Friday morning, July 4th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester on this Independence Day. I'm Abi Fridmann.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We have a full 2 hours to get through, so let's run down what we have brewing for you this morning.
All right, you've got Herbie, Lovebug, even Christine, but this morning we're taking a look at some of the most bizarre and honest names that people give their cars. That and more is coming up in this morning's Trending Now.
Yeah, and then later we're celebrating the 4th of July with a very special in-studio cooking segment. This morning we're going to be grilling up some dogs and making an easy-peasy flag cake.
Yeah, there you go. And then later we are wrapping up the week in style. Our Friday Summer Music Series continues with the Sideburns. They'll be performing for us live in studio, talking about their upcoming shows in town.
Yeah, but before all of that, we do want to get a first check of the forecast, because with today's holiday, families are looking to head outside for those parades, those races, those cookouts, those firework displays. Marty's got them all covered.
Yeah, it's looking good today. It's looking really nice for us throughout the day today. About the biggest concern is sunburn today. It's not going to be a case where we see thunderstorms move through or anything like that. We got that out of our system yesterday. But right now we're starting off with temperatures mainly near 60 at this point. A lot of places, actually most started off in the 50s, so already we're coming up off those early morning lows. And we'll continue to see these numbers move along pretty well throughout the day today. I think that'll put us probably somewhere in the upper 70s as we head through the afternoon. Tonight we'll drop down to about 58 for a low, but notice each afternoon as we head through the weekend, the actual weekend itself, it's going to be a bit hotter than what we're going to see today. 87 tomorrow, humidity up just a little bit tomorrow, a lot more so into Sunday, so that 91 is really going to feel like 91 as that humidity really starts to build. Next chance of rain comes up as we head into Monday of next week, maybe a shower or thunderstorm then as temperatures pull back to about 79 into Tuesday. But still, many of these days, very summer-like for us, more so as we progress through the next couple afternoons. So the weekend, very summer-like, and looks like a really nice 3-day weekend is in store for us, not just today, but Saturday and Sunday as well.
Yeah.
You will take it.
Absolutely. Good stuff, Marty. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, we'll go off the top now. Start with things that have piqued our interest today. I will start things off. For me, personally, there's nothing I love more than giving an adventure or an experience to the people I care about. It's like my favorite gift to give for birthdays or holidays, like a little road trip out of town, a day at a winery. Those are just the basic ones. Recently, for my dad's birthday, we gave him a race car driving experience, and my mom just got a bus tour around Nashville to see some homes of local celebrities. Now, it might sound a little odd, but I swear it's right up their alley. For me, I love a good ghost tour. Not a surprise to anyone. I love the history, I love the scary stuff, and I love walking around a place that's unfamiliar to me. But this tour in New York City that we're going to talk about is one I probably wouldn't give to somebody that I care about. New York City is known for a lot of things, and let's be real, one of those things is the rat problem there.
Wow.
It's not a dig, it's just a fact. We know the famous pizza rat that became a meme, I think in the mid-2000s, but it's a pretty common problem. One woman, though, has decided to embrace this issue, calling herself a rat whisperer, and is leading a walking tour through some of the nastiest nooks and crannies of Manhattan on this so-called Garbage and Rats walking tour. So this lady, her name is Suzanne Reisman, she sells tickets for $40 each and will take guests through the underbelly of the Big Apple. She goes through the day-to-day habits of all the rats, including their mating rituals, the history of rats, and some of their eating habits.
The history of rats?
I'm gonna get to it, relax. Some of their eating habits, it does involve dog poop, forewarning. All the more reason to clean up after your pup, right? A lot of the time when you go on these walking tours, the guides will dress up in costume. Suzanne is no exception to that. She wears a fuzzy rat ear right on her head and is also a proud graduate of the city's Rat Academy. I am serious. This is an educational adventure. The Rat Academy is a group of activists trained by the city's sanitation department. She talks all about the city's sanitation strike and how it changed the rodent community in New York City forever. The purpose of the black trash bags is also covered during this rat walking tour. And also she talks about plans to help combat the rodent issue in the Empire State, because as much as she likes them, she has acknowledged the fact that there is a rodent problem. Believe it or not, these tours regularly sell out. Some say it's because they're curious about this pretty unique perspective of the city. Others say they love this edgy side of New York City. Either way, the hope is that the trash issue will be addressed While she waits for that, she's going to continue having a ratical time raking in those big bucks.
I don't know. I might go on the tour. I might do it. I also think, though, like, something's got to give. They carry a lot of diseases.
Yeah, that's true. They do carry a lot of diseases. And, yeah, the ones in New York City, they're big.
They
Those some
are.
big guys.
They're not
and
baby
gals.
rats.
No, they're big.
I mean, we all know that's how the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's where one of their guys came from.
You're right.
Their sensei, if you will.
Yeah.
He was a rat.
You're correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Master
Splinter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sleeping in the sewers. I would try it, I think. I would go on the tour. I would pay the $40 just so I can say that I did it. Mm-hmm. Would it be my first choice? No.
I wonder, do you get souvenirs?
That's a good question.
Would
Maybe.
you dress up, Abby?
Would I dress? No, I'm not going to dress
Come
up.
on.
Come on, you gotta.
What?
It's all. It's part of the experience.
Yeah.
Nobody else is dressing up, just the tour
Bring
guide.
some cheese. Put your ears on.
You
grab
wear
your
one of those.
bag.
You wear one of those cheese hats,
Okay.
like when you're in Wisconsin.
And then they're
cheering
going to
for some
follow me
team.
home like I'm the Pied Piper.
Probably.
Is that the one? No.
Yeah, the
Didn't
Pied Piper.
Hilo were children?
I don't know, or was it snakes?
No, that's St. Patrick.
Right. The Pied
We're-
Piper.
We're getting off track.
They
Yeah.
did the dancing. He did the dancing.
Right.
Yeah.
And they didn't pay him, so he took the children.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's
no,
never
not
the
like
solution.
not like the Pied Piper. You won't be like the Pied Piper.
No, in fact, the opposite.
Yes, quite the. She'll
Keep
give
them.
the children back.
Keep them.
Please.
Yes.
Don't. We don't want the children.
No.
Yeah, I would go on it to
say I
say that I've gone on.
Yes.
I want to know where the underbelly is that she takes these people.
So in the article I was reading, it said the nooks, crannies, and dark alley. No, I wrote nooks and crannies. What did the article say? Alleyways and I can't remember what it was, but basically like the
the dirtiest parts of the city where rats are most likely to live.
probably, yeah.
Fair enough.
You lived there.
All right, another animal story. My off the top. This morning, though, I want to take you back to March and a story we laughed about right here on ARC. Remember when a Pennsylvania man was trying to go through airport security with a turtle in his pants?
I do.
Well, this morning, a Sri Lankan man is facing serious charges. He's accused of trying to smuggle, not snuggle, 3 live ball pythons through Thailand's busiest airport. And you guessed it. He was hiding those snakes, in his underwear.
Which snakes?
Ball pythons.
Okay.
Ball
Great.
pythons.
Wow, look at those guys.
Yeah. It's no joke. Authorities say in Bangkok, the man identified as Shinan was arrested after a body search revealed 3 snakes tucked in his tighty-whities. Yeah, this is not some weird rando, though. Shinan is apparently a known trafficker with a long history of smuggling exotic animals like wolves, meerkats, birds, and other reptiles. He's actually been flagged by an international task force, including the Thai police, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and the UN. So here's how this all played out. Shinan arrived in Bangkok from Colombo on July 1st. The very next day, as he was getting ready to leave, he went through airport security, and that's when he set off the proverbial alarm. His luggage was clear, but security got more than they asked for during his pat-down. They got pythons. And these are not ordinary pets. They're ball pythons, native to Africa and illegal in pet trade. They're also protected under CITES. That's an international agreement to regulate the trade of endangered species. This all means you have to have permits to move them, and Shinan did not have the right paperwork. And he was hiding them in his underwear. Authorities say this bust underscores the growing problem wildlife smugglers hiding animals on their bodies to dodge detection. And Thailand has become a major hub for illegal trafficking. As for the snakes, they're safe, they're in good health. Officials are still trying to figure out where they were headed and who might be involved. And look, I don't know who needs to hear this, But if you have a python in your pants, it shouldn't be a literal one. Am I wrong?
What do you want me to say to that, Dan?
I don't know. What do you want to say to it, Abby?
I'm honestly speechless. Please call.
I mean, you have to wonder where people's heads are at. What are you thinking? That you're going to get away with this?
That's the thing, too. I mean, I feel like when it comes to what?
I did a little wordplay in my brain space, and I can't say it.
Oh, great.
Can't say it. Yes! We know where one of them was. Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta go to commercial break. We still have a lot to get to this morning on Arc Rochester. When we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who's on track to becoming a star this morning.
Hey, and don't forget you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Arc Rochester is back after this. For high school and middle school athletes, track and field is a seasonal sport that typically starts during the spring.
Yeah, but for a group called Track 585, they choose to be ready year-round with intense training. And Chris Lopez is getting an inside look at some of that training this morning.
Whoa, the guns!
I know. Last time I checked in with him, he had the guns out.
Sun's out, guns out, baby. Let's go,
It's hot,
Lopez.
man. It's freaking hot out here. I was doing sprints. I was doing hurdles.
Let's
We're doing the high
give us
jump
a
now.
Let's see. Give us a flex.
I'm here with-
Give us a flex. Give us a flex.
I'm not flex. You will see me flex in the air when I do the high jump, man. You gotta wait. I'm here with Coach Jade this morning. You're the high jump coach for Track 585. We have athlete back there, Kira. She's gonna be demonstrating the high jump. I gotta ask you though, what's your background?
So I attend Rochester University in Pennsylvania. I high jump there, and I have been high jumping for 9 years. Started here at DeChalais.
Everyone's from DeChalais, man.
Yes. So I've just really kind of fell in love with the sport kind of around 10th grade, and I was just like, I got to keep going. So I went to college, continued it. And yeah.
And then how long have you been coaching at Track 585?
This is actually my first year coaching here at
Oh,
585.
okay.
Yeah, so it's a great experience, and I'm eager to have kids learn from me and just kind of share my experiences with them.
And you got Kira right here.
Yeah,
she's
Kira.
amongst the best that you do have. Yeah, you can keep jumping, Kira. And when it comes to your experience, and you teach someone like Kira who's naturally gifted at this,
Absolutely.
what do you look to bring to them?
So with Kira, while I was in college, I saw that she was able to get the school record, which is so amazing for her. And I really was kind of like, oh my gosh, like if I was able to help her in any type of way, like I'd definitely take the opportunity. Tyndall, he texted me, he was like, hey, do you want to coach this summer? And I was like, absolutely. Like, who am I going to be working with? He was like, Kira. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I've seen her on Instagram, and I was like, I can't wait to like teach her. I've been looking at her videos, kind of intaking like what she may need to work on, what she's already great at. So.
And when she's high jumping, what is she doing that others don't do? That makes her so good, right? Because I'm going to high jump in a few minutes,
Okay.
but I'm not going to do what she's doing.
Kira's really, really good at using her speed coming into the curve and jumping up, which definitely helps her a lot with getting over the bar. One thing that she may need to work on is just kind of holding her arch, getting up to those higher heights. She's really, I have only been working with her for one day now, so it's only going to get better and better every day.
Okay. And Kira, I'm going to have you hit this before I go, all right, just to see a pro. Let's see how she does this. She's got a good start. So, disclosure, I was working on my high jump before this. I did okay, I think. We're going to find out in about 30 seconds. She's got a way better start than I do, and she's fast, too.
Yeah, that speed's going to bring her in and up, over.
Okay. Let's try this out.
Okay. Great job, Kira.
Want the bungee? Yeah, give me the bungee. Give me the bungee. We'll let them set this up. What's going to be my height? I saw last time it was tricep length, probably, what, 3 feet? 3 to 5 feet?
Yeah, I would say that's almost like maybe
Okay.
3, 4 almost.
Okay. Let me know what I'm doing wrong.
4 feet. 4 feet, actually.
Start out here.
He's coming in. He's doing a good approach. Up. Okay.
Not too
That
bad.
was
I gotta hit
good.
that one more time.
Yeah, your arch. Try your arch a little bit better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. Yes. Good first jump up, and your arch is great.
How's
Great.
the hang time?
The hang time is actually really good. I think the only thing you really have to work on is your arch, which is a common thing for most people.
Okay, now I'm going to talk to Kira.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this? You're pretty good. You're holding records?
Yeah, I've been high jumping for about 4 years. I started in 8th grade.
And then what got you into high jumping? You could have done any sport around, but you chose high jumping.
Well, I always wanted to do track, so when I joined track, I needed to find where I fit in, and I found high jump, and I just stuck with it.
Kids watching right now, they're on summer break. What would you tell them about Track 585? How has it helped you out?
It's nice. It gives me a good experience to like work out over the summer and build my strength and work on my technique with high jump so I don't fall out over the summer. So when I come back to school in indoor season, I'm still ready to go.
Good job, man. Good job. Coming up next, we did the high jump. Now we're going to go over to the pole vault. Wish me luck. I'm incredibly scared. I tried it a little bit before I started sprinting. I don't think I could do that stuff, but we're going to find out. I'm sending it back to you in studio.
I could never do that one either, Chris.
No.
That one was way too intimidating.
And
for me.
Chris, the number of emails from people wanting to know if you're single and asking for your phone number, I mean, crazy right now.
Is zero. Is zero. It's zero. You're lying to me.
All right, buddy. We appreciate you.
Time right now, 8:19. When Arc Rochester returns, this morning's weather trivia.
Marty Snyder is back right after this.
Joining us now with a look at our holiday forecast and our weather trivia.
Yeah, a little bit of trivia today, and this is kind of a little obscure bit of information. We're reaching above the weather realm. We're going to look up towards the sun on this one. So this is a little measuring trivia for you. So it's going to be an interesting question. So here we go. This is what we have for today. Yesterday was the day when the Earth was the farthest from the sun. As it goes around the sun, it's in an elliptical orbit. It was at its farthest point yesterday, which is aphelion. That's what it's called. Now, we want to know how much does the Earth-Sun distance vary throughout the year? So from its closest point to the sun to the farthest point from the sun that we saw yesterday, there are your choices. You have 250,000 miles, 500,000 miles, 1.25 million miles, or 3 million miles. How much is that distance vary throughout the year? Does that make sense? I set that question up?
Yes,
it does.
It does make sense.
And listen, if you're an Arc Rochester regular viewer, Tony Rice discussed the exact number just last week.
Okay.
Do you remember?
I think so. He says a lot of numbers.
He does say a lot of numbers.
I feel like
It's a
I do
lot to
remember.
take in.
Yes.
Well, yeah, and I always feel a little bit lost because, Dan and Mark both, are also in that segment, and they both know a lot about space.
Well, you have to use your context clues.
All right. We'll have the weather trivia answer for you coming up in just a little bit. Meantime, it's the 4th of July, and beautiful forecast, honestly.
Beautiful. Looking really nice for us. Yeah, nice and comfortable for us today. We're going to hold on to some sunshine, and looks like temperatures today, they're going to move along pretty well. So here's a check of that July 4th outlook. We're going to see some sunshine hold on pretty well as we go through the day today, and temperatures respond pretty well to it. 75 at noon. We'll be in the upper 70s for highs. The average high is about 82 this time of year, so technically we'll be below average by a couple degrees, but it's still a nice day. Still just beautiful, nice warm afternoon, but not excessively hot nor humid. We're going to keep it right in that very comfortable range. Now, as far as precipitation goes, that's now long gone from the system. We did see at least some of that, of course, yesterday. Had some early showers and thunderstorms and some later in the day to the south. And now it's a pretty good distance between us and any of the precipitation that's out there. Even the cloud cover, that's cleared out nicely. That's a time lapse. Really not much changing there in the skies. And we're going to hold on to some of that sunshine as we head through a lot of the day. And already temperatures are starting to respond to some of that sun. We were holding somewhere in the mid-50s earlier. Now we're up to a little closer to 60. And the dew point, that's coming in pretty low. And that's helping out with allowing temperatures to drop down pretty well overnight. The higher the number in that category, the more difficult it is for temperatures to drop back overnight, even when you clear it out. But we saw skies clear out, the winds were light, the humidity was low. That really allowed these numbers to drop. But we did start off mainly in the 50s across the area. Here's where we are right now, mostly near 60 or in the 60s. A lot of areas to the east closing in on that mid-60s range right now. A lot of areas to the west, mostly low to mid-60s. So again, we're seeing those numbers move along pretty well for us, and I think that'll be the theme as we go through the day with temperatures increasing well. A lot of sun today. There you can see some thin clouds. That'll be about it. Beautiful day coming up, upper 70s for highs. Now heading into the evening as folks head out for tonight, maybe a case where we see temperatures drop off pretty rapidly. So it may be one of those stories where if we're headed out to see fireworks, we're going to see at least mainly clear skies, but it may be a story where temperatures drop off pretty rapidly during those first couple hours after sunset. So as you head out the door, you have to consider the fact that it is going to be a lot colder another 2 to 3 hours down the road than what you're feeling when you walk out the door. So just keep it in mind. But going into tomorrow, right back into some sun, some scattered clouds. I think as we head through the weekend, those numbers really start to move along pretty well. Today we'll be up into that mostly upper 70s range. Tonight down to about 58. So again, we cool down by about 20 degrees to that overnight low. And again, 58 is representative of what we'll see around sunrise tomorrow morning, not so much when folks head out during the evening. But then 87 and 91 for the 2 weekend days, along with temperatures increasing. It's going to be that humidity that'll be on a pretty pronounced upward trend. So again, closing in on 90, maybe even exceeding it by a little bit into Sunday. Next front comes through on Monday, pulls us back a little bit, brings a shower or a thunderstorm, and then temperatures averaging in that 70s and 80s range into the middle of next week. So a lot of variation out there, but in general, just some really nice weather for many of these next 7 days across the area.
I'm sure a lot of people will be heading to the beach for the long weekend, wondering if you think it is going to feel warmer than it actually is.
Along the beach, well, I know the water temperature is right around 55 right now.
Ooh.
So, maybe one of those cases where, for me, I couldn't get into the water, but, for those who have a little more fortitude than I do, you can get into the water and do that.
Yeah, dip the toes in.
It's gonna be chill.
you just gotta run and go for it.
Well, Marty knows that he doesn't want to go in, but
yes.
Yeah, I remember going in there around the 4th of July as a kid, and, it just being too cold for me then.
Yeah.
So it's only gotten worse over the years for me. My kids, they get in no matter
You're
what.
delicate, Marty. It's okay.
When it comes to cold water, I am. I admit that.
You can wear your heated winter jacket.
There you go.
That no problems there.
Yeah, no problems with the
Or
battery
short out,
pack.
but yeah, give it a shot.
All right. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Sure.
Time right now, 8:27. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
We're back right after this. $8:29. Thanks so much for sticking with us this Friday morning here on ARC Rochester. We're heading into the kitchen now for this morning's spatchcock funk.
Yeah. No singing. Wow.
We've got the funk.
I didn't mean you had to.
Spatchcock funk.
Merely an observation. All right.
Well, they're going to get Lady Liberty later on, so.
Everybody buckle up for that. Over at Spatchcock Funk, they're bringing us Cajun flair to a special pasta dish. Let's check it out.
Spatchcock Funk coming in swinging. Today we have black and blue Cajun pasta. One of our favorite things to make. It's actually pretty easy and it's pretty luxe. I mean, it is up there. The main star of this is seafood. The more shells, the more tentacles, the better the way we like it. So we've got a pound of shrimp, a pound of scallops. And the pasta we love is Campanelle. We like the curls. Curls are good for the biceps, good for the hair, and they're great for absorbing and swimming in pasta. Now it's time to cook. The first thing you want to do is heat up some Alfredo sauce. We made our own version. You can find it on our YouTube page, Spatchcock Funk. Check it out, but get that warming up. In a frying pan, put about 1/3 of a stick of butter in there, and we're gonna first cook our veggies. Half of a white onion. We're gonna put about a whole chopped up green part of a green onion. We're gonna add in about a clove of garlic. So while this is going down, what we're gonna do in our other pot where Alfredo is we're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning or blackened seasoning. You can go higher than that, but we're going 1 tablespoon. Next, on top of that, we're gonna add in 1/4 cup of chunky blue cheese. Crumbles, crumble it in there. Then we're gonna put about 3/4 of a pound of mozzarella, because you know we want every bite to have some. We're gonna keep stirring that up and stirring them both up at the same time. So we've got our sauce, our cheesy Alfredo Cajun blue going. Then we're gonna add in 1 green pepper until it softens up. We've got some red and yellow in here. You can use any bell pepper you want, but we like the green with a little bit of extra color. Once our veggies are done, add that into your Cajun creamy blue cheesy Alfredo sauce. So we're gonna cook each one of the proteins one at a time. You could use chicken or beef or whatever, but we love the seafood. So first we're putting our shrimp. So get that going until they're good and pink, and then add them up into your sauce. And we're gonna do the scallops, and the scallops are gonna go in, and again, you don't wanna cook them all the way. You wanna go about 3/4 of the way. So in the butter, that's gonna be maybe 3 minutes. Now our scallops are ready. We're gonna put that in there and even get some of the juice in there too, because we're going at it today. Now stir that. We're almost to the finish line, I'm not quite there yet. So add in all that pasta into your warm pot with the sauce and give that a stir so it's all evenly coated with scallops and cheese. Now we've taken a 9x11 foil sheet, sprayed it with duck fat, because that's how we do. And now we're gonna pour that cheesy, amazing dish into a dish. It's like dishes on dishes on dishes. So get that into there, and we're not ready yet, but preheat your oven to 375. We're gonna take the remaining little under a ½ pound of mozzarella cheese and cover the whole thing with it. Top it now, we're gonna take some more of that beautiful dinosaur Cajun seasoning, about a tablespoon of chopped green onions across it, and now we're gonna put it in the oven for about 20 minutes until the cheese melts. Black and blue Cajun pasta. Leaves no bruises, only smiles. That's what's up.
Stick around, a lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're once again checking in with Chris Lopez, who is running laps this morning.
Yeah, don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now. Join us on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back after this. Welcome back. Track and field is a seasonal sport for high school and middle school athletes.
Yeah, but for those students who want to stay sharp throughout the entire year, they train with Track 585. Chris Lopez has been live with them all morning long, learning the ins and outs of their daily routine. Chris, what gives these kids the drive to want to be like the best all the time?
I don't know. We're going to find out with the two pole vaulters that I'm going to get to soon. We've been sprinting, hurdling, high jumping. Now we're at the pole vault. I'm here with Coach Reggie this morning. Coach, The history of Track 585 though, and meeting here.
Yes.
It's a lot longer than the 10 years or so, right?
Yes. The Tuesday night track meets in Rochester are a great tradition. They've been going on since the 1960s. Pete Todd at RIT started the Tuesday night track meets, and he called it the Greater Rochester Track Club. Since then, it's moved around. It eventually got to Penfield, Max Velocity, and Aubrey Sheffield, and now it's here at Gates with Pat Tyndall has taken over that 60-year tradition and continued it. Thank goodness somebody would do it.
And your background in pole vaulting, what's that?
I started at Britain Road Junior High School in Greece in the early 70s.
Okay.
And I graduated from Greece Arcadia in 1980 and then went to Columbia and pole vaulted.
And then we have two athletes behind us.
Both
we got
Gates
Sophia
Tyler.
and Alina. I'm going to talk to them in a bit, though. They're underneath you. You're coaching them. When they're pole vaulting, this right here, Sophia, she's coming up. She's ranked number 2 in the state. What does she do that makes her so special?
It's so many talents. She's got the speed, she's got the strength, she's got the coordination, but, the courage. She just isn't afraid, and she just runs and jumps on that pole and swings up. A lot of it's good coaching. She's mainly coached by Bob Bartula here at Gates. And, he knows how to start somebody safely and get them to do this, what looks dangerous, without it being dangerous.
And we got Alina coming up right now.
Beautiful.
And you said fearless.
Yes.
What Alina's fearless, Sophia's fearless.
Right.
This is scary. I was trying earlier. I'm not going to try it now.
Yeah.
What you were talking about that. Is it, you have to have some ability to say, you know what? I'm going to go very high in the air and I don't care.
Part of it is being the type of person that wants to do that you're not going to do this unless you're a thrill seeker. But good coaches can make this very safe. This is a very safe event. It's very easy on your joints. You're just running, jumping, landing on your back. There's no strain on anything. But, it looks exciting and dangerous, but it's not if you're well coached.
Okay. And for your coaching, if someone wants to come here, Track 585, they want to take the pole vaulting to the next level.
Yes.
When are you guys meeting?
Monday and Thursday we have practice, Tuesday we have meets. Now, anybody from age 12 to 80, and they do, can show up for these meets and compete in any event they want.
Okay.
Everything's open to anybody that wants to show up. And if you want me to coach you in pole vaulting, you can sign up for the Monday or Thursday sessions, and I work with beginners. I'll take adults. Anybody wants to try it.
There we go. Thank you so much. Happy 4th to you.
All right.
I'm going to talk to Alina and Sophia after she comes back from her pole vaulting. What got you into this sport? This is a pretty crazy sport. This is not like a sprint. It's not really like a high jump. Right. To me, it was pretty scary.
Actually, Sophia, she started a little earlier than I did, and she really inspired me to start.
And Sophia, ranked number 2 in the state. This is, to me, it's a pretty unusual sport. What keeps you going with pole vaulting to want to come here, train year-round, then go compete during the track season?
I think my goals, for the future, to compete in college. Okay. I think that's what keeps me going.
And then your guys' training regimen. What's it looking like Monday through Friday? How often are you guys practicing here on the track, strength and conditioning, your eating, your lifestyle, sleep, all of that stuff? I know you guys are in high school, but you guys got to kind of tone that up a little bit. Yeah, adjust.
I would definitely say eating right is a big thing, because if you don't eat before practice or eat the right things, you're not going to feel good and you're not going to have a good vault day. And just making sure you have enough sleep and putting all your effort into practice.
And what's next for you guys?
Definitely continue training over the summer, getting in the weight room, lifting. Okay. And hoping for next season will go well.
And Alina, what's next for you?
Definitely just getting better for indoor season.
Okay. And then if any kids right now, summer vacation, they're pole vaulters, they want to join Track 585, what makes this program so special?
It's a good opportunity to stay active during the off season and not just sit around doing nothing. And it's good coaching too. There
we go. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Dan, Abby, I'm sending it back to you in studio. No, I will not be pole vaulting. I got my workout in. I'm done for the rest of the day. Happy 4th.
We were told you'd be pole vaulting.
Kind of lame.
It's really disappointing.
It's fine.
Wow.
I sprinted, I hurdled, I high jumped, I practiced pole vaulting. What more do you want from me?
well, I'd like you not to quit. How about that?
Ooh. Oh. Burn.
I'm not quitting because I never started.
Okay. All right, Mr. Lopez. Thank you.
Hey, when we come back, we're taking a look at some of the stories that have people talking this Friday morning.
Our Rochester is back on the other side of the break. All right, it's time to see what's trending, starting things out with Americans sharing the names of their beloved cars.
Did you have a name for your car?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, in a new study, researchers found that 1 in 3 people have a nickname for their car.
The generations most likely to name their cars are Gen Z and Millennials, with over Gen X and Millennials with over 40% doing so.
While a majority of people name their car after other pop culture classics like the Batmobile or the Millennium Falcon, Christine or Herbie, others decided to be a little more creative.
Yeah, some of the more bizarre names included Puddle Jumper, rather, Rolling Turd,
Okay.
The Slug, Old Flame, Nasty Beast, Party Chicken, Blue Goose, Turtle, and the Grocery Getter.
Wow. Okay, those are creative. The study also found that 1 in 8 people say they think the cars have feelings. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's a little odd. I don't think your car has feelings.
Yeah, safe bet there.
Yeah.
But you've never named a car?
No. For what?
I don't know. Not even like your first car?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, I'll talk to it.
Okay.
Like, come on, get me to the gas station and I'll pet the dashboard.
Okay, yeah.
Because I know you need gas and I know you've been on empty for 3 days and I'm just,
Yeah.
riding on fumes.
Yeah. We've been there.
But no.
My first car had a name.
What was it called?
It was a weird one.
Oh, boy.
I was really into Breaking Bad at the time, so I named it Skinny Pete.
Okay.
I know, judge me all you want, but I was 17.
I'm not judging.
And you know what? It was a great car. I loved it, and
All right.
it was my password for everything, like up until college. You know
Can
what
we
I mean?
still get into your bank account with Skinny Pete?
Unfortunately, not.
Capitalized S, capitalized P?
No,
No?
no,
Oh, all lowercase, one
all
word.
lowercase.
Let's move along. If you are heading on a cruise this summer, looking to find a potential partner on the high seas, cruise employees say to steer clear of them.
Oh boy. According to a recent viral post on social media, a cruise ship worker revealed they are banned from flirting with guests.
Oh. This employee even went on to say that they could potentially get thrown off the ship or arrested.
Oh my gosh.
International waters.
According to the crew, high seas employees must politely decline voyagers if they advance.
If there's even a hint or suspicion that anyone was talking to or sleeping with a guest, their contract would be terminated and they must leave the ship, disembark immediately.
These are some really serious rules. It makes me wonder what had to happen to get to this point. Like, how many?
Yeah, or, yeah.
Crew members are also prohibited from inviting passengers to their cabin accommodations unless the employee is already recognized to be in a relationship with said guest before boarding.
Oh, okay. So, listen, if you are feeling flirtatious, meet up with the cruise employee before you board the ship.
Yeah.
That's why you arrive into port 2 days in advance.
Really?
Yeah.
2 days?
2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because listen, you could strike out at the first bar, night one, or just say, don't even like the options, night one. But night two, you know?
Yeah. It must be because they don't want,
Cruise babies.
Well, maybe, I don't,
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, free passes for stuff, like, oh, you don't have to pay the tab for this.
Oh, you might be right.
Maybe, but a lot of those cruises have, like, packages,
It's for sure
too.
the babies.
It's for sure the babies. I also think it might be they don't want anyone saving spots in those lifeboats. Oh, no, you're not allowed to sit in that spot. That's for, my girlfriend Rose or my boyfriend Jack.
Yeah.
Titanic.
Yeah. Great film.
Relationships between crew members, on the other hand, generally acceptable.
All right, so there you go. If you're
Yeah.
looking for love.
Either join the company and meet up there.
You have options.
Do you get to bunk together if you're in a relationship?
That wasn't in the post. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey. Moving on. In the meantime, I'm being told that Dan should read this.
Okay, in the meantime, there's an occupation that says getting freaky is common for crew members. Occupation? Was that right? Meantime, there is an occupation that says getting freaky is common for crew members. According to an in-flight insider, airline captains and cabin crew members have sex in the air way more often than you think.
That's concerning.
Yeah, I hope not in the cockpit.
One air hostess who's been in the business for over 10 years made a video, posted it to TikTok, explaining how they make it work.
No, my head is going into all of these places, and I've got all of these puns, and we're on TV, and I can't say any of them. She said there is at least 2 pilots in the flight deck, and there has to be at least 2 people in there at all times during the flight.
So if a pilot has to leave, a flight attendant needs to replace them. That is usually how plans of initiation to join the Mile High Club are started.
The midair romps or rolls in the hay, which are not officially considered illegal offenses. They are, they're not illegal offenses?
Correct, they're not illegal.
It's not illegal. Okay. It might be against company policy, I bet. They are said to adhere to strict sets of rules.
Rule number 1, make sure the crew is one that everyone trusts, who knows the plan.
If we're doing this, we got to discuss it with everybody beforehand. Rule number 2, pick a flight with a route that's normally a smooth ride, because it's getting bumpy in the cockpit.
And all the while, unsuspecting jet setters have absolutely no idea what is going down in the flight deck because the plane is on autopilot.
No. You remember that turbulence you hit last week?
Oh my God.
Now you know exactly what was going
I
on.
have too many questions.
Yeah.
I'll never get answers to them, but
I feel like it's got to be in the handbook.
it's disturbing, honestly. When you think, I was on a couple planes recently, and like the rides were not excellent. They were not smooth. The landing was not great. The takeoff wasn't awesome either.
I'm willing to bet this was not happening.
I'm sure, but I'm just saying, it's like the plane trip better be smooth.
Where did we get this story?
This is a TikTok. It's going viral.
Who posted it?
I can find her account, but she said she has a background from 10 years, been in the business, multiple airlines. She said that she's seen a lot of this. She did not say if she took part, though. But I mean, she knows the rules.
Listen, I don't think since Hooters airline has this taken place.
The commenters on the post, people are saying they are also people that work in airlines and have done it themselves. People are commenting saying, yeah, it's way more
Okay, then listen. Then United, Delta, JetBlue, all of those airlines needs to be monitoring these comments because it's highly inappropriate and we're putting people's lives at risk. I'm not a huge fan of this. The story's funny.
It's funny, but it's also really scary.
Yeah, it's also frightening.
I mean, if it was like a bus, you wouldn't be doing it if it was a bus.
No.
You know, a car.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Now you're 40,000 feet in the air. In a tin can. Going 500 miles an hour with 380 souls on board.
This lady, she's watching for sure. She's a big fan of the show.
Yeah, well, listen, I hope her boss is watching. That's for sure.
See you.
Fired. Stick around, a lot more to come when we return here on Arc Rochester.
More of that after this. come this morning on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour. Stephannie Joseph will be here breaking down some of our top political stories.
Yeah, she joins us now from the live desk with a preview of what's ahead at 9. Good morning, Steph.
Good morning there, guys. In today's political pulse, the House has passed the One Big Beautiful bill after a 218 to 214 vote yesterday. President Trump is expected to sign the spending plan into law later today. I speak to a politics professor as we look back at the journey to this point for Republicans. That's all coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. ARC Rochester returns after this.
Friday morning. A very happy July 4th to you. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Abi Fridmann.
And I'm Dan Schrack, meteorologist Marty Snyder. With us once again, we're going to get to the answer for weather trivia and talk about the Independence Day forecast. We start, though, with that weather trivia.
Yeah.
Talking about a big day for the tilt of the Earth and the sun yesterday.
Yeah, as far as how far away from the sun we are, and we're pretty far away. We're pretty much at our farthest point right now, just one day beyond that, so we're getting a little closer now. But we want to know, what is the difference between those distances? So we have our closest point that we are to the sun. That occurs in our winter, and our farthest point occurs in the summer. Kind of sounds a little bit turned around compared to how it should be, but that's how it does play out for us in the northern hemisphere. So the question is the Earth reached aphelion yesterday, which is its farthest point from the sun. And how much does the Earth-sun distance vary throughout the year? So from that closest point in the winter to the farthest point this time of year, is it 250,000 miles? Is it 500,000 miles? Is it 1.25 million miles? Or is it 3 million miles? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think?
Ashley, do we have guesses? No.
I posted it kind of late, so that's my fault.
All good.
No, that's all good.
I was trying to phrase it correctly, and it took me a while to wordsmith that out. Yeah, it's kind of a complicated one.
If I'm remembering correctly, I thought it was D.
3 million?
Yeah.
I right.
All right, let's see. Let's
Marty?
hit the button, see.
Nice.
And you are right. Boom, you got it.
Look at what a way to end the week,
Seriously.
Abigail.
Nice work,
Feeling-
yes.
Independent over here.
Whoa.
If you want to know the math there, there's...
Independent.
Jeez. There's that distance. It's the closest point. It's 91.4 million miles. At the closest, or the farthest point rather, it's 94.5 million miles.
How do you like
About
that?
3, give or take, plus or minus. So
Yeah.
you got the answer right.
It's
so good
wild
work.
to think that it's like, it just, I don't know, space freaks me out so much.
Million.
Yeah.
I don't need to
like,
get on
what,
the
what does
rant
a
about
million miles even
Yeah.
look
Think
like?
of it
You know
on
what I
that
mean?
scale. Yeah, I'm trying to make a car reach even half that point, even a quarter of that point.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, yeah.
Think of a good car, you can get 250 out of it.
I think if correct me if I'm wrong, and somebody out there, if you're watching, correct me if I'm wrong. But I think if you get a Volvo and you reach a 1,000,000-mile mark on a Volvo, they'll give you a new car.
Really?
I thought so.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's insane.
We hit 175 on one of our cars, and that
that was it.
got tossed a
Yup.
couple weeks ago.
That is it.
It was not going to make any more miles.
I know.
My
It's done.
Jeep is in great shape.
We're going to get you there.
Marty had to come out and help me with it.
We're working on it. Yeah, we'll get you there.
Appreciate it.
Well, we didn't see any rain yesterday. That was good news. We were able to get out and take a look at your car yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're not going to see any over the next couple days. So it's time for that muddy hoof outlook for these
Love
two
it.
fawns that are out there. Thanks to Kathy for the pick of them. So they're standing there kind of waiting for Mom, I guess. Mom probably told them to sit down, and they're getting ready to move a little bit. But dry pause today, we'll call it. It's going to be a beautiful day for us today. Saturday as well. Sunday still looks dry. I think by Monday that risk does increase for a shower or thunderstorm, but that's about it. Again, really dry for a lot of these upcoming days, and nice given the fact that we're going into a 3-day weekend that we're going to see this very quiet weather set up. And as we head forward throughout the day, 75 at noon, 78 by 4 p.m. So temperatures move along pretty well. Technically below average by just a little bit, by about 4 degrees or so, but still in that general range. And you can see precipitation still keeping a good distance from us. Closest thunderstorms mainly just north of Chicago right now. So again, that activity is well away from us, mostly out over Lake Michigan at that closest point to us right now, which of course is a pretty good distance from us. And you can see plenty of sunshine. That's a time lapse. Really not much changing there. You can see one little pocket of clouds there, some very thin clouds on the right side of the screen, but that's about it. Sunshine holds on well today, and already numbers are moving along quite effectively. 66 degrees. Already up about a dozen degrees from that early morning low. I think 54 was the low earlier today. Wind, not much of it. The dew point, that's just starting to come up a little bit. Still pretty low. It's in the 50s. Really not too noticeable, but it is going to be on that upward trend over upcoming days. That's a long-term trend that'll play out, so it will turn a lot more humid. And we're seeing a lot of areas in the 60s now. Comfortable, beautiful start to the day with some sunshine winning out. And again, I think we get to keep it straight through the day. So here's that timeline. Some more thin clouds by later in the day. That should be about it. Still some very quiet, pleasant weather for the Independence Day holiday. Heading into tomorrow, I think it's a story where still we keep at least some sunshine around. We start off with some of those clouds there, and even as we go through the day, we may open up skies a little bit, kind of go back and forth a little bit between some fair weather clouds and at least a little more sun. Overall, sunshine wins out again tomorrow, and it looks just very quiet over these next few days. Today, up to about 78 for a high. Again, average high is about 82, so technically just a little bit below average today. Humidity stays very low. 87 for tomorrow, closer to 91 as we head into Sunday. I think throughout that whole time frame through the weekend, humidity is going to be on the increase. You notice it a little bit more tomorrow, a lot more so into Sunday, so a very different finish to the holiday weekend than compared to how we're starting off. Quality is going to be there in the weather, but just a lot more summer-like, and then mostly in that 70s and 80s range into a lot of next week. Maybe a thunderstorm or two on Monday as a front swings through, but otherwise pretty dry for a lot of these upcoming days and lining up great with the 3-day weekend.
That is great. And, you know, thinking about when I was a kid growing up in Buffalo, so pretty similar weather, this was always the time of year when it finally turned. Everything kind of officially switched, and it was like summer was in full gear.
Yeah.
See, I need to beg to differ, because for me, it was Regents Week. I remember sitting there in those hot gyms, Regents Week.
Okay.
They brought all the fans out.
Oh, yeah.
I do
They didn't
remember
cancel any
that.
classes or Regents for us or anything. We were sitting there in that heat.
Yeah.
We did
Oh, that
too.
was awful.
Did you ever have there was always one kid, at least at my school, that would always pass out during the exams.
Really?
I don't
Oh,
know, 'cause
no.
it was too hot.
I can't remember.
Maybe you were the one.
Oh my God, you might be right.
Sorry to break it to you.
You might be right, Marty.
I wonder what they do for that week. Do you have to come back and do the August one? Or?
I don't know. I was always
That'd
so
be
locked
awful.
in. Yeah.
Listen,
Oh.
although That's a good way to take advantage of the system. I'd pass out every time they put that test down.
Yeah, right?
Would you make that sound?
I sure would. So they know it's coming.
Throw your papers, like really cause a scene.
Yeah.
Ah, goodness. All right, Marty, thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Time right now is 9:07. Much more to come this morning on Arc Rochester, including when we come back. Steph will be here breaking down some of our top political headlines in this morning's Political Pulse.
Hey, and don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13WAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Arc Rochester returns after this.
It's time for a political pulse check here on Arc Rochester. President Trump is expected to sign the One Big Beautiful Bill into law this afternoon. 218 GOP lawmakers voted yes on the bill, but there were 2 Republican holdouts that joined the Democrats in opposition. The sweeping domestic spending plan is more than 900 pages and includes tax breaks and funding for immigration enforcement. But one point of contention for Democrats was public benefits. The bill introduces cuts to Medicaid and food stamps through new requirements. The White House says the new bill targets fraud to ensure help for those who truly need it.
When you go over the bill, it was very easy to get him to a yes. You know, we went over that bill, and point after point, biggest tax cut in history, great for security, great on the southern border, immigration is covered. We covered just about everything.
Our job is to stand up for the poor, the sick, and the afflicted, the least, the lost, and the left behind, everyday American. That's what Matthew teaches us. And that's not what's happening in this one big, ugly bill.
Now, the path to passage was not certain for Republicans. There was intra-party conflict in the House and Senate leading up to yesterday. For more on that, I'm joined now by politics professor at Nazareth University, Tim Kneeland. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Stephannie.
So glad that you could join us, especially on this July 4th holiday. The first thing I want to start with is that marathon speech from Representative Hakeem Jeffries, specifically the tactic being used there. Do you think that he was able to achieve what he was looking for in terms of raising awareness about certain elements of the bill?
Yeah, it turns out most Americans really don't know what's in the bill. So by having Jeffries stand up, use his one extended minute to have a mini filibuster there, to read from constituents and others the way that this bill could harm them, I think really is a great policy effort on the Democrats to try to use this to help them in the 2026 midterms, to emphasize the negativity from this bill by requiring things like work requirements and some other issues that might strip away benefits that already exist.
And I'm so glad that you did bring up midterms. That's kind of where I would like to go next. I'm going to see if we can pull up a quote from President Trump. I believe he said this in Iowa yesterday in reaction to the bill there. And here it is on the screen. With all of the things, he said, we did with the tax cuts and rebuilding our military, not one Democrat voted for us. And I think we use it in the campaign that's coming up, the midterms, because we've got to beat them. So I'm interested to hear from you how you think both parties may fare going into the midterms with this, given that there is still so much discussion and disagreement in the parties.
Well, it's actually the way that the Republicans crafted this bill. Some of the most negative elements are not really going to be realized until after the 2026 midterms. So up until that time, they can talk about all of the good things that they see that the American public may like, increasing in the child tax credit, making the 2017 tax code permanent and then adding to the standard deduction, some tax relief if you buy an American-made new car. Those are the kind of things the Republicans will emphasize. And then, of course, it's interesting, too, is that some of those elements expire at the end of 2028 after the presidential election. So it was a carefully crafted bill from a political standpoint. Meanwhile, as you know, the Democrats have already been hammering away at what this is going to do to those voters who may have switched from the Democratic Party to the Republican in the last few election cycles. That is the most vulnerable population, those people that need this medical care. And this will affect people, across all demographics. So this is something I think the Democrats really think that they can run on. But again, many Americans may not feel the pinch until after the 26 midterms. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out in the mind of voters as we get closer and closer to November of 26.
And I believe that the concerns about the national debt, for example, adding more than $3 trillion to that would happen over a 10-year period. So let's say once some provisions expire by 2028, would it be possible for anyone who enters into the House or the Senate to be able to undo some things? Or is this something that will continue to have that lasting impact?
No, you absolutely could undo this. In fact, one of the things that provisions in here is how this legislation takes away some of the tax incentives, for example, clean energy, that were put into effect by President Biden and President Obama. So notice how this legislation is now undoing or unraveling some of those benefits. And so absolutely, the Democrats, if they win the House and Senate in 26, they could begin to unravel what Donald Trump has done here. And this really is the Trump bill. I mean, he really pushed the Senate and then the House to pass it, even as some Republicans, as you mentioned in the setup, were concerned about A, the national debt, and B, the effect on Medicaid and, even the provisions for, the food stamp program.
Yeah, that is for sure. I want to play 2 sound bites for you. Before I do, just to preface with the ideological side of things. When we're looking at Republicans, the party as a whole, obviously, when it comes to any party, there are different ways that they can be described, whether on the moderate end, the more liberal end, but specifically with the direction of the party, how it's going right now. I want to play 2 sound bites for you and then ask you a specific question. The first one coming from Senator Rand Paul.
I think they're going to look at it and see that it's much less conservative than it started out to be, and it's going to add much more to the debt. And so I think without question, this is not a fiscally conservative bill.
All we need are 4 Republicans to have John McCain level courage and stand up in defense of the health care of the American people.
It kind of seems like there is a bit of separation within the party in terms of how people vote, how they identify as Republican. So for you, how do you see the party itself moving in terms of the ideological spectrum?
I would absolutely say that this is no longer the party of Ronald Reagan and supply side economics and conservative values. This is a populist party, and you'll notice the way that they took away taxes on tips and overtime and some other things. He did not remove the tax on Social Security, but he's given some incentive to seniors for a few years in the tax code. This is absolutely aimed at different constituent groups, quite different from the sort of generalized policies you used to see in the Republican Party. They used to affect everyone equally, but now we're seeing a much more consistent pattern of attempting to appease specific constituent groups within the Republican Party who have supported Donald Trump in the past. So if you look at this carefully, I think you will see that this is what it's all about. That's why I loaded up some of the populist elements, and is going to increase the debt. Absolutely.
And to go back to the point where Representative Jeffries was talking about having John McCain level courage, if you could, one, give us a bit of a history lesson. I believe that was related specifically to how he voted on the Affordable Care Act right there. If you could tell us a little bit about that and what he means by John McCain level courage.
So John McCain called himself a maverick. He saw himself as an individual who was not beholden to the Republican Party, even though he embraced Republican Party values. So when it came to, for example, trying to eliminate things like the Affordable Care Act, John McCain would oppose to that. And that made him an outlier, and it actually angered many Republicans in the party. So having the kind of courage to stand up against a powerful president, that's the kind of thing that John McCain and his admirers respected. And so that's what they were calling for. I mean, to a certain extent, Rand Paul did vote against the bill. So I suppose he was showing some sort of John McCain-esque courage. And it's interesting, one of the few people in the House who voted against it was also from Kentucky, and for similar reasons, concerns about the debt that this is going to add to.
Certainly a lot to keep an eye on over the next few years, for sure. But I really appreciate you weighing in on this. Please enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thanks. You too, Stephannie.
And be sure to stay with ARC Rochester for your top political headlines. We're back after this.
You're gonna enjoy it.
Welcome back. We're in our makeshift Arc Rochester kitchen because this morning we thought it'd be nice to celebrate the 4th of July with one another.
Absolutely. We are grilling up some dogs. We are making some cake. We
Feel
are
it already nice and hot.
warming ourselves by the griddle.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have an actual grill because we don't have a real kitchen. We're using Zweigel this morning, white and red hots.
There you go.
We're going to throw those right on the griddle here. Get those going. If you have a grill at home, I mean, do it outside because it's much better.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah. But you know what? Use what you have.
Yeah.
Right. You know?
And that's kind of the mantra of Arc Rochester. Use what you have.
All right, so Steph and I, we're going to do a little flag cake. And I don't know. See?
What's
I don't
wrong?
know.
I like
no,
it.
nothing. I'm just trying to think of how we should do this. Do you want to do like a traditional, like the stripes and stuff? Okay, so then I'm going to move these up so that we have an accurate flag.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm seeing it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, dig in, Steph.
Oh.
We also have berries too. And yeah, that's what we're doing.
I don't know if
Fourth
you
of
guys are you cutting the berries or no? If you're not, then can I borrow the knife?
You can, yeah. We'll need it for the strawberries,
Okay.
but we can wash it during the break.
Okay.
Or wipe it, whichever.
Because I'm just taking.
Very nice cake.
I figure might as well grill up some peppers while
Yeah,
we're
look at
standing
you go.
here. We've got the resources this morning.
How do you guys celebrate the 4th of July?
Oh, man.
Oh, hey there, Ashley.
Well, hi.
Do you want to
Hi.
do like a ring of
So
them around
the 4th of July for us usually involves some fireworks, even though I'm not a big pyrotechnic kind of person myself. The kids like it, you know?
It's always fun.
Yeah.
We always did that, the sparklers as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Good.
Ashley?
The
You mean
I'm
Steph?
having a little cookout at my dad's.
Oh, that's fun.
Sweet.
Nice. Are we invited?
If you want to come along. It's also my cat's birthday. Happy birthday.
What? Happy birthday, Kat. Happy birthday. Oh, we're getting some char on
It
those.
is,
bad boys.
my parents got married on
Yeah.
the 4th of July, so we'd always
wow.
have a big party to celebrate their marriage.
Your parents got married on the 4th of July?
They most certainly did.
How do you like that? Steph,
clever.
how do you typically celebrate?
We would always go, the city where I'm from would host fireworks, and it would be over the lake, the one lake, Laurel Lake. And there would be a bunch of stuff there. You could buy food. You would have the different lighters, like the necklaces and the bracelets.
Oh, the light up things.
Yeah.
Those were always fun. Yeah.
So that was always a lot of fun.
Now,
Take
Steph,
some of
you were
these 'cause
in
they're
marching
frozen.
band,
There you
yes?
go.
You were in
Yes.
color guard. Did you have to do like a 4th of July parade?
We didn't. I did do a parade, though, and it was hot.
Yeah.
But
I was also in marching band. We had the 4th of July parade every year. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Loved it, because it was like a tradition, but we would roast to death out there.
It's-
Yeah.
you have to wear the full garb.
Thankfully, they would let us wear the polos. Eventually, I think because so many kids were getting like heat stroke, we had the heavy like military uniforms. We were very serious, and it was way too much. So they gave us polos, but we had to wear the shoes still.
Yeah.
Marching band shoes.
Wow.
Did you taste
I'll
the
tell you
pepper?
what.
How is it? It's good?
You tasted the
Strawberries are good.
So
Never tried turning
Yeah,
hot dogs when you don't have something
Yeah.
to put them against.
Okay.
They keep
Yeah.
going over on the burnt side. There we go.
What's your favorite thing to grill?
Why don't you
At a
corn.
start
cookout?
cutting
what do
these?
you bring to the cookout?
I will.
I already asked Daniel this.
You did?
I did.
What did I
What's your
say?
answer?
Duh, beer. Didn't even
What'd you
look
bring
up
to
from
the-
the cell
John was
phone.
It's not
supposed to
food.
bring us beer and he didn't. I just want to,
Preface.
yeah.
I'll do cheeseburgers,
Yes, he did.
hamburgers. Oh, of course.
Oh. I bet you he was at home saying I did.
He absolutely did. He brought us beer, and I got us cups.
It's like
so,
that, right?
Wow.
Like thinner.
What a
We can
friend.
crack a cold one.
Yeah,
I want to hear everyone
maybe
else's cookout
like a
game.
bit. Down
So
the center.
what I'm doing, I'm actually bringing some hamburgers, but they're my kind of hamburgers because I bet they have regular kind of hamburgers there.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear back. I sent a text
I've
bright
got
and
3
early. No one's
pieces.
responded yet.
Okay.
Here.
I would like corn of some sort.
I love
maybe
corn.
some sweet corn on the cob.
Yeah. Some
Do
places
that.
do have that this time of year, don't they?
Yup.
Around here?
Gene, are you like one of those picky vegans that can't have it on the same grill in the same area?
No, it can be on the same grill. I prefer, if you can, to use different utensils.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna grab this
That's preferred. And if you can, maybe just wipe it down, scrub it down with your bristle brush quickly before throwing mine on there. But the heat's gonna cook.
Marty, cookout dish, go.
Ooh, deviled eggs.
Ooh.
Those are good.
Really?
Those are
Marty.
good.
Do you make them?
Time. No, I don't make them.
He just
I
likes
enjoy
Right.
others' work.
I'll partake.
My
You
mom
enjoy
said those are
others.
bad. Yeah, I always like those.
Gentlemen,
Just something different. You never get any
I
other time.
always remember barbecue chicken.
Yeah, that sounds
Ooh, that's good.
So
I'll be right back.
we always go for, is it Sweet Baby Ray's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
always good, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong, right?
I've had that back in the weather office a few times.
Yeah.
Listen,
usually one over back there.
everybody's got to be able to take part in this.
You have it all the time.
Yeah, I do.
4th of July. Now, we have to keep...
I need to know Abby's cookout meal.
I mean, I made a homemade ice cream cake for today. So
Ooh.
that's what I'm bringing to
Is it already made?
Yes.
Yes? Very
Almost.
nice.
I just need to frost it.
Okay, very nice. We'll leave that right there. Kim, if you're watching, do you want red or white? Kim wanted a hot
Where is
dog.
she? She was going to be in here.
Yeah.
I do.
We got her covered.
They're really good.
So we have to save her one, but the rest of the staff, I imagine, will.
Maybe that's.
Here, do you
I
want?
know.
Are these getting
you wanna
cooked? What do you
say?
think?
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Thanks, buddy. Food safety.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
I'm not messing around.
Following
Hair went
protocol.
up.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to the 4th of July.
How we looking?
Good so far.
Yeah?
I don't know. I just want them to heat too much on one side.
Full disclosure, I've never cooked Zweigels before.
Okay.
Because Zweigels is not the brand back home.
Yes. Okay. Hold on.
I know.
Yes. Because you, from Buffalo.
Yeah. Salem hot dog.
Okay, yeah.
Oh.
When I
Yes.
moved here, it was like devastating among my husband and his family.
Really?
Yes. They were like, absolutely not. Only Zweigels in this household.
See, I don't. Well, and Salen's, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't eat them, but you don't get a choice of red and white.
Correct.
It's just red.
It's just red. It's just a hot dog.
Yeah. I don't know what's in either of them. We'll find out together, though, on the other side of the break.
We're back after this.
at that.
We're working
it's
on
coming
it.
along.
We're working on it.
We
Steph is killing
like it. Yes.
Yeah, we're having some fun.
So we've got raspberries. Did we decide, are we using the raspberries or are we just eating them? Because I snuck a couple during the break, and I'll tell you what, these Driscoll's raspberries,
Those are
Top
good.
notch.
so good,
Those are good.
aren't they?
They're very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
if
go
we're going to
through
be
those
using.
fast.
I don't know. What do you think? I don't think we need them.
Yeah. I think we're good with the blueberries and strawberries.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to continue doing this, and you guys are going to continue grilling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
doing your thing.
We got some
Hopefully we're getting
Weigel's red and white hots here on the grill. We've also got some peppers. How are these peppers looking, Marty?
What do you think? I don't know. It's
I'm gonna give them a little flip.
Okay, yeah.
Just
Why do that?
strawberry.
Yeah.
Are you guys firework people? Do you guys prefer fireworks or could go without them?
You know, I haven't seen them in a very long time because I used to work like every 4th of July the next day.
Yeah.
So I haven't witnessed them in a very long time. So I'm excited to see them.
I've heard them a lot.
Do you guys call the cops on people?
No.
Okay.
Have I?
I knew you would.
Have I?
I knew you would.
For
Listen.
fireworks?
At some point.
Well, wait. Don't even judge me. But when you go out the following morning and there's a crater in your street,
Oh, no.
that's problematic.
You're right.
That's
It is.
problematic. Set off your bottle rockets, do your poppers, do your Roman candles, do all of that kind of stuff. But the stuff that damages and destroys property, city property,
not good.
personal property, no, not a fan of that stuff.
I did go out and get some sparklers yesterday.
Okay, yeah.
I love
I
sparkles.
know, and I haven't told my friend Jamie, who's hosting us. I haven't told her yet, so she might be watching. Jamie, if you're
Jamie,
watching,
we're doing sparklers.
We're doing sparklers, and I got
excited.
some snappy things.
I love
How are they
those.
good? I think
Invite
they
the
look
kids, like
good.
the
Yeah, that's
30-year-old
what's starting
men.
to pop open. All right.
It's fun.
All right,
Plate
so
them
we're
up.
going to start plating up some of these dogs here.
Do it.
We've got
Save a red one for me.
got some rolls. Wegmans, if you're watching and you want to sponsor this segment, just
What are
reach
we calling
out to
this?
our sales department
This is our second time.
in our fake kitchen.
Okay.
We're
Fake
All right.
kitchen.
yeah.
Steph wants a red one, right?
Yes.
Red Steph. What do we want on
One
it?
plate? Or?
Ketchup and relish, but it looks like we
have
just have
ketchup?
relish.
We
Yeah.
have mustard.
I thought we had ketchup.
Ketchup should have been in there.
Is it back here?
No ketchup in there.
I will say the last time we did this,
We're sticking them all on one plate for now.
I took
Sounds
it
fair.
Put them all on
Sure.
one
I
plate.
hate to bring it up because I know some people don't like it. But Daniel, where's Lady Liberty?
Ooh, do you guys want to hear it?
Oh,
Lady Liberty, standing tall, though your torch shined bright through it all. Oh, Lady Liberty,
Wow.
a
These
gift
strawberries
from,
are not staying.
a gift from
France.
No, how did he go?
Gift from the French.
A gift from
Okay.
the French.
We thank you.
We thank you and say merci beaucoup, oh, Lady Liberty. Standing
I can't concentrate with this music, man.
proud. So
That's
what
been in the
was
works for a year.
it? Yeah, a year ago,
Wow.
One of
producer
my,
Ashley and I were here working on the show, and we like to have fun.
Early hours.
Yes, early hours,
to make it better.
probably 2:30, 2:45 in the morning. And we like to laugh, we like to listen to some music, and I like to be loud. So I started to sing, and we actually wrote a full song called Lady Liberty.
How many verses
One
does
of,
it have?
oh, it has a lot of verses.
yeah,
One of my
I-
favorite.
Yeah, there's probably 14 or 15 verses.
14 verses.
Is, you're the queen of the land.
Yeah.
I'm the tired, the poor. Take my hand.
That's a good one.
I love it.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Then the end of the song is all spoken word, and it gets very dramatic.
no.
We found the lyrics yesterday. Some have not aged all that well, so we have left those verses out. But yeah, we like to listen. It's late or early, depending on how you look at it. And you gotta have a little bit of fun.
Of course. Wow.
We're falling here, Steph.
I know.
Looks good. I
It's
like
just,
that.
it's slipping.
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's a lyric we can't
Maybe
sing.
I need to make it a bit thinner.
No, I
It's
think
one of the lyrics we can't do
I
anymore.
think it's gravity, my friend.
Need more icing.
Right.
That's good. Even if you stop there, it looks.
You know, it's giving me
Do
a
we
reminder
take these
of
off? Yeah,
the,
let's take
I
this
turned the
off.
heat
gingerbread
down.
house
Okay.
disaster of
Yeah,
2024.
let's scoop it out onto a
Goodness.
plate. And
I did
if
my
somebody
first
wants
one. Was it this year?
some grilled
Am I
onion.
going to scrape the whole?
Yeah, it's producer John's, and
I don't
we're
wanna
going to
get in
end
trouble
up
with
having.
John.
Listen,
Oh, I see.
we're going to end up having.
There's got to be a better way to do this.
Yes, we're just going
Just
to
grab. Okay, yeah. there
use
you go.
our hands just like
don't wanna-
this. And
It's
listen, if you burn your fingertips off,
Do we just slide it off to the side? Do it like this?
you can actually get away with more crime because they can't catch you. You've got no fingertips or your fingerprints.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll go
Might
like
be
this.
There we go.
Yeah, my
That's
berries
go.
are my
Perfect.
the
That's
the
strawberries
trick.
are falling
All right,
around.
turn it
Somebody
off right
wants
there.
that.
You're doing it.
gonna see if it works.
Who wants hot dogs?
It was silent.
Wow, a resounding no one.
Chris wants one.
Chris wants.
Okay.
Oh,
You gotta
Chris,
say one for
red or
Kim.
white?
Chris Lopez wants red.
Oh, it's Chris Lopez
Oh,
or Chris
Oh,
Hamilton?
both
Is he
of the
back?
Chris's.
They're
Oh,
both back here. Both Chris's.
okay.
Chris
Guess
Lopez.
what?
Who's gotta come
Too
down
good
here?
to come out here.
Listen, the only one that I'm going to take care of then right now, you guys can all come and fix your own hot dogs. We're going to take care of Kim. And
Mario.
she's
Mario.
going to get a red. And
Steph wanted a red.
Steph wants a red. Okay.
We have like
I've
a
never
minute
tried a
left.
white
We
one
should
before,
take
but-
a big bite and cheers to the 4th of July.
And
We're
cheers
gonna
to
try.
Lady Liberty.
I'm
Kim,
gonna-
you're going to get relish. I don't know if you
Oh, you
like
need the knife?
relish, but
Well,
you're
I was
getting
just going to
it.
show the cake because
Oh,
we're running out of
yeah.
time here.
Let
Are
me
you-
just toss the.
Final product.
There you go.
That's how you do it,
They just
Marty.
wouldn't stick.
Got it.
A little bit of relish on there, and she's going to get some mustard too.
There he is.
Whether she wants
Wow.
it.
This guy's
He's
Hey,
got the
Chris.
Running
shorts
around
on
all
and
week.
everything.
Look at that.
Yeah. There you go. There's
Very
red.
festive.
Thank you.
Red for you.
Yes.
A little
my
bit of
God.
mustard.
Did he
You know
bump
what?
you?
I'm-
No,
we
but
might
that
have
was
to
me.
take
That was all me. I
no.
almost. That was almost
Did we almost
exactly
lose it?
like the
Oh, I didn't
gingerbread
notice that.
house.
Camera 2, come on,
disaster.
give us
Wait,
some love.
you dropped the gingerbread house?
Mine last year. Yeah.
Oh, how nice. The other
you go.
strawberries,
There's
they
no
just
way
wouldn't
to, like-
stick on the.
Yeah.
That's good.
I promise it looks better in
Got it.
person. If
It
you squint,
does.
it looks especially good.
Right?
Steph, what did you want on yours?
Relish.
Relish. Just relish?
Yeah. there's
Okay.
some Ketchup.
I'm gonna.
Okay, guys, we all gotta eat.
We all
Hurry
gotta
up.
eat here because we don't have ketchup.
Steph, do you want to try the cake?
Sure.
Here you go.
Anybody want a
Thank
cake? I made it myself.
Don't get the relish on the cake.
So you said that's
What did
actually-
you
Can I
use for the relish?
No.
Oh,
I'm just.
okay.
yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Cheers to the 4th of July.
Cheers to the
Hey,
4th of
cheers.
July.
Cheers.
Salute.
Salute.
Yes. Don't go anywhere. On the other side of the break, we are going to continue our summer music series. You don't want to miss it. And maybe they'll let me step in and perform the full version of Lady Liberty.
Oh, maybe. We can only hope.
Right.
Don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We're back after this. Friday, which means we're continuing our summer concert series here on Arc Rochester. This morning, we're very excited to have the Sideburns joining us once again.
Yes, the band is also getting ready for some upcoming performances around town. For more, we are joined now by members Pete, Michael, and Cam. Thank you all so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
And welcome back,
Yeah.
we should be saying.
Thanks, yeah.
What's it like to be considered the house band now here at 13 Wing?
Well, we got to go in the break room and help ourselves, so I guess we're on the payroll now.
Wow.
You
They
absolutely
give you a
are.
little swiping badge.
Yeah, we went in the back door, yeah.
Wow.
Can't get rid of
means.
us.
So
Thank
for
you.
someone who may have missed your last appearance on the show, the Sideburns, tell us what kind of music, what kind of group you are.
Sure. So we're very diverse. We cover everything from the 50s to now. So we got a little bit of music for everyone, which goes well with the crowd because we tell people we got something for everyone. And in a couple of weeks, we're excited because we're going to be joining Beck and the Bobcats and doing a 50s tribute at Marge's Lakeside Inn. So we're looking forward to all 50s. So.
That's cool.
Very
That's really cool. All right, so the 50s to now. Tell us what it's like going through the mental songbook and deciding, okay, here's what I want to pull from this decade, and here's what I want from this decade.
Sure. It's just knowing your audience. And we have what we started doing is we just give control to the audience. What do you guys want to hear? And then somebody will yell out 80s. Okay. Early, mid, late. And they say mid. Okay. And then we just got a list and close our eyes and pick one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, yeah.
How many songs do you think, as a group?
Probably a couple hundred songs.
Oh my God.
That's incredible. So how often are you practicing?
Oh, boy.
We gig more than we practice during this season, so.
Oh, yeah.
So,
We're
I
out
mean,
and about
every
quite a
gig,
lot.
though, is practice at the same
Absolutely.
time.
Paid practice. We love it.
Absolutely.
So this gig you have coming up at Marge's. Tell
Sure.
us about it.
So Becca from Beck and the Bobcats, she and I are part of a music project called Get Your Gig On, which is like a music hub for all local music. And we were talking business, and they do their rockabilly. And we were just thinking, hey, we do some 50s, we do some bluegrass. Why don't we do like a 50s tribute? And then when it came time to which venue we're going to do, Marge's just seemed like the one to do because it's got that retro vintage feel. It's right on the water. It's got the tiki bar. It's got a jukebox. So Francine at Marge's was like, yeah, let's do it. So
It sounds like a lot of fun.
I imagine because you play so many eras of music that you each have favorites, right? Let's go down the line. Who likes what more than the other?
Boy. You know, I started off as a 90s baby, but recently I'm kind of getting into the 50s, I gotta say.
Okay.
Hold on.
Neat.
When you say 90s, what are we talking here?
Oh, grunge guy.
Yeah?
So,
What
Like?
kind of grunge? Because
well, you know, the first good music I listened to, probably Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Okay. All right. Very good.
After that, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, you know,
Yeah.
that scene.
Okay. All right. I like
you
it a
just
lot.
won Abby right over.
Speaking my language there, my friend. All right. So now more of the 50s, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I dig
I
it.
like it. Return to the classics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something to be said about that era of music.
Yeah.
How about for the two of you?
I grew up on the Beatles, so the early, mid-'60s kind of have a soft spot in my heart. So
Very good.
I always find myself getting back there. And then even into kind of the psychedelic 70s, it's still pretty influential for me. So that's kind of that's my lane over there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm a Spinal Tap guy.
Oh, okay.
No, I like everything from like right now. I'm with him on the 50s because when you do a tribute, it's like homework, and you really study it, and I have a deeper appreciation for it because it really was like the infant stage on rock and roll. But you can hear them laying down the foundation of what we know even today. So.
Well, yeah. Do you notice any particular sounds kind of bleeding over into the next era or another genre?
So spoiler alert, we're going to do an Everly Brothers, and just the two harmonies, you can hear the Beatles in that. You know, Chuck Berry, you can hear Keith Richards and Eric Clapton, which is really cool, and you can even hear it in modern music as well.
Very nice.
All right, so now I'm curious to know, do you have a least favorite era of music? If somebody calls out, you're like, I didn't hear it,
This could get us in trouble here. I don't know.
You don't have to say if you don't want.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Polka.
Polka. I think
okay.
We just
the polka era.
We just turned off all our polka fans.
That's fair.
Sometimes the 80s get a little cheesy, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot of synthesizer.
Yeah.
A lot of synthesizer.
I've grown to love it.
Yeah. Fair
Devo,
enough.
The Cure, love it.
That's true. There's always an artist we can find in an era that fits the bill for us, and some that just, maybe it's not our flavor.
I think that's kind of the way you have to think, though, when you're up there, because you're going to have a fan of something in the audience that you don't particularly love.
Yeah.
You got to make them happy, right?
Yep.
Got to make them happy. Hey, stick around, because when we come back, we are getting a special live in-studio performance from the Sideburns. They're turning it up to 11.
Yes.
We're back after this.
$9:50 this Friday. We are back now with more from the Sideburns as they get ready for an upcoming performance next week on the 13th of July at Marge's Lakeside Inn. But before that, they're going to be playing for us live right here in studio as part of our summer music series.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much for coming in once again. We're excited to hear you play. But for somebody sitting at home who's thinking, all right, sell me on this whole gig at Marge's, what would you say to them?
Well, we're going to give you a sample right now. We're going to do a 50 song, the Everly Brothers, Wake Up Little Susie.
Love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Sideburns, take it away.
What are we going to tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up little Susie, wake up little Susie, wake up little Susie.
this morning. Why would my mic not be on? Oh, it's dead.
Oh, okay. That's all right. I'll talk. Final thoughts of the morning here on ARC Rochester. Here, we can share.
We can share. There we go. Final thoughts. Abby, best bits today.
Man, I don't know. I would say this is probably it.
This is
great.
This and Lady Liberty by Dan Schrack.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one, too.
That was really good.
The Sideburns performing for us as we wrap up the show today. But, of course, we do want to wish you a very happy and safe 4th of July. And a quick reminder, we'll be back here Monday morning starting at 4:57. Daniel, what channel are we on?
I normally ask you, but if I recall, it's 13 Wham ABC. We also have much more live local coverage coming up today on 13 Wham News at midday with Stephannie Joseph and Marty Snyder. We'll see you then.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend and happy Independence Day.
Guys, take it away.
I got a feeling that something ain't right. I'm so scared to think of